Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at natural resources in Nigeria. Today we're going to be looking at what? Natural resources in Nigeria. What are natural resources? Natural resources are those materials, you understand, that are deposited on the natural forms of maybe the rocks, the sea, you understand, that are of economic importance, importance. Example of natural resources is the crude oil or petroleum. The crude oil or petroleum is the main natural resources that is of big economic importance to Nigeria. Nigeria derives most of its revenue from petroleum. Is that clear? But petroleum is not the only natural resources. So JAMB is going to ask you, which of the following is not a natural resources that is of economic importance to Nigeria? They will write petroleum, they will write coal, they will write limestone, and they will write uranium. What is the answer? Uranium. Because apart from petroleum, there are other natural resources in Nigeria. And they are what? Coal, iron ore, limestone, tin and columbite, lead and zinc. Is that clear? If you go to Enugu, you see very large deposit of coal. You can use coal for energy supply. Is that clear? So these are other natural resources. Now, very importantly, you are supposed to look at the historical development of petroleum industry in Nigeria. Historical development of what? Petroleum industry in Nigeria. How was petroleum discovered in Nigeria? Where is the state that the first oil was discovered in Nigeria? And here we have that the first attempt made towards oil exploration was in 1908 by a German company called Botman Corporation. This was closely followed by in 1937 by Shell de Harry, an Anglo-Dutch company. By 1956, very important, take note of 1956. Take note of what? 1956. Shell BP. Also take note of Shell BP. Take note of what? Shell BP. Economically produced petroleum in Niger Delta in a place known as what? Known as where? Oloibiri. In the modern River State. Is that clear? So whenever you're talking about the exploration or the starting of exploration of petroleum in Nigeria, you must make mention of Oloibiri. Is that clear? JAMB will ask you, which of the following towns is where oil was discovered in Nigeria? What's the name of the town? What's the name of the town? What year? 1956. By which company? You understand? Those are just the facts that you're supposed to know, and those are what will come out in JAMB. Those are what will do what? They are going to give you options, Oloibiri. They are going to give you Okene. They are going to give you Kanu. And they are going to give you Umuahia. So what will be the answer? Oloibiri. They are going to give you 1935, 1956, and 1987. What will be the answer? They are going to give you Chevron, Ajib, AP, and they are going to give you Shell BP. What will be the answer? So with that, you can be able to answer every question from this exam, isn't it? Now we look at the positive contribution of petroleum to the economy of Nigeria. What and what are we using petroleum to enjoy? Because we have petrol. Most of the money that Nigeria is having that they are using to pay salary, they do everything, is because we are selling our petroleum products to countries like the USA, Britain, Germany, and other countries. Is that clear? That's how we generate our internal revenue, our revenue actually. So number one is that it's a source of government revenue. It's a source of government what? Revenue is another word I use for income on a large scale. Is that clear? If it is for you, they will say your income. But if it's for government, they will say government's what? Revenue. They will say government's what? Revenue means the total money that they are getting, so that they can use it to solve their problem. Now, generation of employment. Generation of what? Employment. People are working in NNPC, is it not? And they are getting paid. People are working in our ports where our oil is being transported from, is it not? And they are getting paid. So because of our petroleum, there is job. Whenever you hear employment, employment simply means job, is it not? Now, infrastructural development, if you go to where all these oil companies are, you see that their roads are very well done. They even build schools and build other things. Source of foreign exchange. How do we make our foreign exchange? By selling our oil. We get dollars, we get any currency that we want, is it not? Oil related industries. Anywhere there is oil, you see industries like plastic or plastic companies, you understand? Because those things that they use in doing plastics, they are gotten from oil, is that clear? Byproducts of oil production. Standard, it improves the standard of living. If you go to countries like Saudi Arabia, have you heard about Saudi Arabia? Have you heard about Qatar? These people have plenty oil and they are managing their economy very well. So everybody there is very comfortable. Unlike in Nigeria, we have oil, but we are not, most of us are suffering. Do you know the reason why? Osa, tell me the reason why we have oil and we are still suffering in Nigeria. Huh?
Government.
Bad governance, bad governance. That's why we are suffering. Source of energy. Petroleum products gives us energy. You can use either petrol. You can use it in gas plants to produce energy. Have you written subheading and have you mentioned all these natural subheading other natural resources in Nigeria? Number one is what? Coal. Number two is what? Iron ore. Number three is what? Limestone. Number four is what? Tin and columbite. Number five is what? Lead and zinc. Please give me cleaner. Now let's look at the negative contributions. Let's look at what? Let's look at what? Class, let's look at what? Negative contributions of oil exploration. We've looked at the positive contribution, isn't it? But do you know that oil has negative contribution? Kosa, please be careful. Kosa, do you know that oil and gas has negative contribution to our environment? Give me one example. Environmental what? Environmental what? Pollution, as well as disaster too, you understand? Have you heard about oil spillage? Have you heard about oil spillage?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You've heard about oil spillage? Yes. So when oil spills, it destroys the fishes. If it spills into water, you understand? It destroys the aquatic life. If it spills into our sand will not be productive. Very important. Number two, rural urban migration. Kosa, tell me what rural urban migration is. It's very simple. Many people moving to the what?
Cities.
Good. Many people moving to the what? Cities. Everybody wants to go to where the oil is, so that because they know that the oil workers are paid very well. You understand? They leave the village. Nobody will be cultivating our farms there. So we are having problem because of that. So they migrate from the village to the what? Urban areas. Number three, modern economy. Because of our oil gives Nigeria large amount of money. Everybody wants to be in the oil sector. Nigeria is only fighting to develop the oil sector and leaving the other sectors like agriculture that can give us more employment. Increase social vices or increase things like corruption. because of the huge amount of money we are getting from oil. You see our politicians stealing our money. You see our politicians doing what? Stealing our money. Is that clear? So those are the things you can find. Now, who can tell me the major companies that are involved in management of our petroleum in Nigeria? What is the major company that is involved in management of our petroleum resources? NN what? NN what? Very, very important. NNPC is the major company that is involved. Who can tell me the full meaning of NNPC? What?
Nigeria National Petroleum
Nigeria
Company.
National Petroleum. Is it company or corporation? Is it company or corporation?
Company.
Corporation. That is NNPC. You understand? They are the people that are in charge in managing our petroleum resources and helping us to make a whole lot of money from it. Isn't it? Isn't it? This NNPC was established in 1977. NNPC was established when? 1977. And they are the people that are in charge of our what? Petroleum. They are the people that are in charge of our what? Petroleum resources. And I say that NNPC simply means what? Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation. Is that clear? Now there is another body that is in charge of petroleum in the world. I mean in some states in Africa. What is that company? What is that one? OPEC. And the full meaning is what? Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Organization of Petroleum Exporting what? Write it. Very, very important. You need to get it down. Those two companies are very important. Those two corporations, NNPC and OPEC. Is that clear? And OPEC was found in 1960. OPEC was found in 1960. By which countries? Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. So these 5 countries are the founding fathers of OPEC. Very important. So this OPEC is a block of oil producing countries that help themselves in fixing the price of oil and protecting the interest of the oil companies that are members. So who are the countries that are involved in OPEC? 5 of them. Mention them for me. The 5 founding fathers of OPEC. You understand? JAMB is going to ask you, which of the following countries is not part of the founding 5 that formed OPEC? And they are going to have Iraq, Iran, Nigeria, and Venezuela. What would be the answer? What would be the answer?